of the Guard and Reserve. He conducts employer and military outreach, training, and public relations events that support Reserve component service members across Texas. He is a former U.S. Air Force pilot and squadron commander, retired 2008 from the United States Air Force as lieutenant colonel, and graduated from the U.S. Air Force Academy.
Good morning, gentlemen. Well, good morning. I am John Steele from Texas Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve, and apparently I didn't get enough sleep last night or didn't have enough coffee because my eyes are a little bit weak, so I'm going to have to use these to cheat. It's hard to believe that just a few years ago I was a military pilot. But it is my pleasure to briefly introduce ESGR and explain how you can partner with us in accomplishing our mission, and just as important, how we might be able to assist you in accomplishing your mission of supporting our veterans. To that end, let me begin by quoting ESGR's official mission statement. Employer support of the Guard and Reserve is a Department of Defense agency that seeks to promote a culture in which all American employers support and value the military service of their employees. Now, ESGR is a very unique organization. Approximately 4,800 ESGR volunteers and 200 paid staff members serving nationwide. Our volunteers are business and civic leaders, retired military personnel, patriotic citizens, and individuals who want to make a difference. Here in Texas, our state committee is comprised of 250 volunteers and only 6 paid staff members. Our support staff maintains local offices at Camp Mabry here in Austin, Ellington Field in Houston, and the Joint Reserve Base in Fort Worth. While ESGR is very supportive of the general veteran population, our 2 primary customers are number 1, currently serving National Guardsmen and Reservists, and number 2, American employers, specifically those who employ members of our reserve components. Texas ESGR accomplishes its mission by conducting 3 primary tasks, which include recognizing outstanding employer support, increasing awareness of the law, and resolving conflicts through mediation. We recognize outstanding employer support through a robust awards program designed to recognize employers who support a strong National Guard and Reserve force. Employers qualify for recognition when they practice leadership and personnel policies that support an employee's participation in the reserve components. Service members can nominate their employers for various awards through our national and state websites, and Texas ESGR volunteers present hundreds of awards annually to employers at their places of business. This awards program helps to promote a strong and healthy relationship between service members and their civilian employers. ESGR increases awareness of the law by educating both employers and service members on the Uniformed Services Employment and Reemployment Rights Act of 1994, more commonly known as USERRA. USERRA prohibits employers from discriminating against service members in hiring, promotion, and termination based on their military service, and also affords a service member time off for military training, drill, and deployments without penalty. The third thing that we do to accomplish our mission is resolve conflicts between service members and their employers through neutral mediation. In the state of Texas, ESGR has 45 federally trained volunteer ombudsmen. If a guardsman or a reservist feels that he or she is being unfairly treated in the civilian workplace based on their military service, they can contact ESGR national headquarters or our state local office and request assistance. There's a popular misconception that ESGR ombudsmen represent the service member during mediation, much like an attorney would. However, our ombudsmen actually represent the federal law and are trained to be neutral in these matters. In some cases, we actually find that the service member has not lived up to their responsibilities to their employer under the USERRA law. Happens very infrequently, but occasionally it does. Now, the good news is that we have a high resolution rate in disputes between service members and their civilian employers, and we offer this service free of charge to both parties. Now, here's how that you can help us. If you work with, counsel, or assist Texas Guardsmen or reservists, you need to ensure that they know about employer support of the Guard and Reserve.